Have you ever found yourself wishing you didn't have to call someone for help with something you used to handle on your own? Maybe it's hauling a bag of groceries up the stairs, figuring out that new gadget everyone's talking about, or even just keeping your home running smoothly without a second pair of hands. I get it, there's a quiet pride in doing things yourself, and as we hit 60 and beyond, that independence can start to feel like it's slipping away. But here's the thing, it doesn't have to. You can absolutely keep living life on your terms, no matter your age, and it all comes down to a handful of skills that put you back in the driver's seat. In this video, we're going to walk through 5 skills you can master after 60 to never rely on anyone again. These aren't pie-in-the-sky ideas, they're practical, everyday abilities that build your confidence and keep you free to live exactly how you want. We're talking about everything from managing your space to staying sharp with technology, and trust me, you've got this. Whether you're 62 or 82, these skills can make a world of difference, and the best part, you can start today, one small step at a time. So let's jump in and see how you can take charge of your life like never before. Watch until the end because you might be missing out on little things that could have a huge impact on your future.
First up, let's talk about mastering basic home maintenance. Now, I'm not saying you need to become a plumber or an electrician overnight, leave the big stuff to the pros, but knowing how to handle the little things can save you time, money, and that sinking feeling of waiting for someone else to fix. Picture this, a leaky faucet keeping you up at night with its drip, 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 or a light bulb that's gone out in the hallway, leaving you fumbling in the dark. Instead of picking up the phone, imagine grabbing a wrench or a stepladder and sorting it out yourself. That's the kind of freedom we're aiming for. Start with the basics, changing a light bulb, tightening a loose screw, or unclogging a slow drain. You don't need a fancy toolbox. A few essentials will do: a screwdriver, a small wrench, some pliers, and maybe a plunger. YouTube's your friend here. There are tons of quick videos showing you how to swap out a faucet washer or reset a tripped breaker. My friend Tom, who's 68, learned to fix his squeaky door hinges with a little oil and a rag, and now he struts around like he's the king of DIY. It's not just about the fix, it's about knowing you can handle it. Take it slow. Pick one task this week, like replacing a battery in your smoke detector, and give it a go. Keep a notepad handy for emergencies. Write down a trusted handyman's number, but 9 times out of 10, you'll surprise yourself with what you can do. This skill isn't just practical, it's a confidence booster. Every time you tighten a loose cabinet knob or clear a jammed garbage disposal, you're proving to yourself that you've still got the power to keep your home humming. Now, let's shift gears to the second skill, staying on top of your finances. I know money talk can feel overwhelming, budgets, bills, those sneaky subscriptions you forgot you signed up for. But mastering this means you're in control, not waiting for someone else to sort it out. After 60, your income might look different. Maybe you're on a pension or dipping into savings, and that's exactly why knowing where every dollar goes is pure gold. Independence isn't just physical, it's financial too. And this skill keeps you calling the shots. Start by getting cozy with your bank account. Sit down with a cup of coffee, pull up your statements online, or grab that stack of paper ones and see what's coming in and going out. Set up a simple system, maybe a notebook or an app like Mint, to track your basics, rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries. Then hunt down those little leaks. Did you mean to keep that streaming service you haven't watched in months? Cancel it with a quick call or click, and boom, you've just saved yourself $10 a month. Here's a tip from my cousin Linda, who's 72 and a whiz at this. She sets aside an hour every Sunday to pay bills and check her balances. She even learned to use online banking after a little trial and error. Now she pays everything from her recliner, no stamps needed. If numbers make your head spin, ask a friend to walk you through it once, or look up a free budgeting class at your local library. The goal is to feel secure, not stressed, knowing you've got enough for your needs and a little extra for fun, all without leaning on anyone else. These first 2 skills, home maintenance and financial know-how, are like the foundation of your independence castle. They're hands-on ways to keep your world running smoothly, and they set you up for even more freedom. Speaking of which, let's move on to the third skill, getting comfortable with technology. Now that you've got a handle on keeping your home in shape and your finances in check, let's talk about something that might feel a bit trickier, but is absolutely worth it. Getting comfortable with technology. I know what you might be thinking. Oh, those smartphones and apps are for the young folks. But hear me out. Tech isn't just a toy. It's a tool that can keep you connected, informed, and independent in ways you might not expect. Imagine ordering groceries from your couch, video chatting with your grandkids across the country, or even troubleshooting that pesky TV remote without begging for help. That's the kind of freedom we're after here. You don't need to be a computer whiz to start, just a little curiosity and patience. Begin with something you already have, like your phone or a tablet. If you're not sure where to begin, ask yourself, what would make my day easier? Maybe it's texting instead of calling, or setting up email so you don't miss important updates. Sit down with it for 10 minutes a day, play around, tap some buttons, see what happens. Most devices have a help section. And if you're stuck, YouTube's got simple tutorials for everything from sending your first email to paying bills online. Take my neighbor Ruth, who's 67. She used to dread her old flip phone, but last year she upgraded to a smartphone because she wanted to see pictures of her new great-granddaughter. At first, she'd groan every time it buzzed, but I showed her how to swipe for photos and send a quick "love you" back. Now she's the one teaching me how to use voice commands to set reminders, like "call the doctor at 2 p.m." and she hasn't looked back. It's not about mastering every app, it's about picking a few that work for you. Try this. Start with one goal. Maybe download a grocery app like Instacart and order something small like a loaf of bread just to see how it feels. Or set up a video call with a friend. Most phones have FaceTime or Zoom built right in. If you've got a grandkid nearby, they'd probably love to play teacher for an afternoon. But if not, libraries and community centers often offer free tech classes for seniors. Every little win, like figuring out how to silence a notification, builds your confidence. Soon, you'll be the one everyone's calling for advice, not the other way around. Speaking of staying capable, let's move into the fourth skill, keeping yourself physically able to handle daily tasks. This isn't about running marathons or lifting heavy weights. It's about making sure you can bend down to tie your shoes, carry your laundry basket, or get up from a chair without a struggle. After 60, our bodies might slow down a bit, but with a little effort, you can stay strong and steady enough to do what you love, all on your own. The trick here is to keep it simple and consistent. You don't need a gym membership or fancy equipment, just a few minutes a day to move your body in ways that matter. Start with something like standing up from your chair 10 times in a row. Sounds basic, but it builds leg strength fast. Or try lifting a couple of soup cans over your head a few times to keep your arms ready for reaching high shelves. Balance is huge too. Stand on one foot for 10 seconds, hold the counter if you need to, then switch. Do that daily and you'll feel steadier on your feet in no time. I love the story of my Uncle Joe, who's 74. He used to huff and puff carrying his gardening tools, so he started doing squats while brushing his teeth, 2 minutes a day, holding the sink for support. A few months later, he's hauling bags of soil like it's nothing, and he's proud as can be that he doesn't need his son to rescue him anymore. That's the goal, keeping your body ready for life's little demands, whether it's climbing stairs or chasing a runaway grandkid. Here's a practical tip. Tie your movement to something you already do. Stretch your arms while the coffee brews, or do a few knee lifts waiting for the microwave. If you're up for more, a brisk 15-minute walk keeps your heart and legs happy. Just wear comfy shoes and enjoy the fresh air. The point isn't perfection. It's progress. Every bit of strength or balance you gain means fewer moments of, "Can someone help me with this?" and more of, "I've got it covered." Technology and physical ability go hand in hand. They're about staying sharp and strong in a world that's always changing. You're not just keeping up, you're staying ahead, doing things your way. And that brings us to the fifth skill, learning how to problem solve on your own. With technology in your pocket and your body ready to tackle daily tasks, you're already well on your way to living life on your own terms. Now, let's tie it all together with the fifth skill, learning how to problem solve on your own. This one's like the secret source of independence. It's about trusting yourself to figure things out, whether it's a locked door, a confusing bill, or a plan that's gone sideways. After 60, life doesn't stop throwing curveballs, but when you've got this skill in your toolkit, you won't need to wait for someone else to swing the bat for you. Think about the last time something went wrong. Maybe your TV screen went blank right before your favorite show, or you couldn't get the lid off a stubborn jar. That moment of frustration can make you feel stuck, but here's the good news. You've got more problem-solving smarts than you might realize. All those years of experience, they're your superpower. This skill is about tapping into that wisdom and adding a little strategy to handle whatever comes your way. So, how do you sharpen this up? Start by slowing down when a problem pops up. Instead of panicking or reaching for the phone, take a deep breath and ask yourself, what's really going on here? Break it down. Say your internet's out. Is the router plugged in? Are the lights blinking? Give it a quick check before you call for help. 9 times out of 10, it's something small you can fix yourself, like a loose cord or a button that needs a press. Here's a trick I picked up from my friend Clara, who's 69 and a total problem-solving champ. She keeps a little fix-it notebook. Nothing fancy, just a spiral pad where she jots down solutions she's learned. When her microwave wouldn't start, she Googled it, found out it was a tripped fuse, and reset it herself. Now it's in her book, and she's ready for next time. You can do the same. Write down what works, whether it's how to restart your Wi-Fi or unclog the sink with baking soda and vinegar. It's like building your own independence manual. Another way to flex this muscle is to lean on resources you've already got. That smartphone we talked about, it's a goldmine. Search how to fix a running toilet or why won't my printer work, and you'll find step-by-step answers. Libraries are great too. Grab a basic home repair book or ask about free workshops. And don't underestimate a good old-fashioned pause. Sometimes stepping away for a cup of tea lets the solution bubble up on its own. I once spent 20 minutes wrestling with a jam drawer, only to realize after a break that a gentle tug from the side popped it right open. The real magic happens when you start trusting your instincts. You've solved bigger problems than a flickering light or a lost remote. Raising kids, managing a career, keeping a home together. This is just channeling that know-how into the everyday stuff. Take my cousin Ed, who's 76. He locked himself out last month. No spare key, no one around. Instead of waiting hours for a locksmith, he remembered a trick from years ago. He slid an old credit card between the door and the frame, jiggled it a bit, and got back in. He laughed about it later, saying, "I felt like a detective in my own movie." That's the vibe, turning a snag into a win all by yourself. This skill isn't about never asking for help. Sometimes you need a pro, and that's okay. It's about knowing you can handle most things, so you're not at the mercy of someone else's schedule. Every time you figure out a fix, you're stacking up confidence, and that's what keeps you free. Now think about how far we've come. You're keeping your home ticking with basic maintenance, managing your money like a boss, navigating tech with ease, staying strong for daily life, and solving problems like a pro. These 5 skills, home maintenance, financial know-how, tech comfort, physical capability, and problem solving, aren't just random tricks. They're your ticket to a life where you call the shots, no matter what age shows up on your birthday cake. Here's the best part. You don't have to master them overnight. Pick one, like tightening that loose faucet or setting up a budget, and give it a whirl this week. Little wins build big strength, and before you know it, you're the one people turn to, not the other way around. You've got a lifetime of grit and wisdom in you. Use it to live exactly how you want, with no one holding your hand unless you choose it. I'd love to hear how this lands with you. What skill are you excited to try first? Drop it in the comments below, and if this video sparked something for you, give it a like and hit that subscribe button so we can keep this independence journey going together. You're not just aging, you're thriving, and I'm cheering you on every step of the way. Here's to living your best, boldest life, free as can be.